Okay, here we're going to start with a simple weapon mesh. And to get this rigged up, what we need to do is go up here to helpers. We're going to add two dummy objects. First one will be the main base, and the second one is from the point of fire. Now, to make sure for UT3, same with all the other UT games, the weapons and the bones all need to point down the X-axis. As you can see here in Max, you've got the little pointer there. The weapon is facing along the X-axis, but when you add the helper object, the dummy objects, I'll just select both, then go up here to the hierarchy. When I click on here, affect pivots only, you will see that although they are aligned along the X-axis, the Y-axis is up, and that will cause problems. So all we have to do is over here, click on Align to World. Now you'll see that the Z-axis is up, X-axis is pointing along the X-axis, and that's all we need for them. So click that off, go back onto the normal model mode, and what we need now is to set up the hierarchy so that UT3 knows exactly what way to go. So very easily, up here onto the link tool, select first the dummy for the weapon point, link that to the weapon, then select the weapon and link that to the main dummy. Now what I forgot to do before we even before we started this, is to actually name the dummies. So we'll go to the main one. First, what we'll do is make sure it is set at 0, 0, 0. As you can see, I'm just clicking here. If I right click straight away onto these little arrows, it will automatically zero out the settings. Now we'll go up here, change the name, and I'm going back to the UT 2004, but this is the naming that I use, which seems to work for UT3 as well. So we'll call it bone underscore weapon. Now in fact what we'll do it the other way around. It should be weapon underscore bone, I hope. And for the fire one, we'll go for weapon underscore fire. Makes it all very easy. So now when we click the hierarchy button, select by name, it should come up eventually. There we go. Now it's not showing for some reason. Don't know why that is, but if I double click on the weapon bone, we have everything selected. Okay, so we can now go to Actor X and export the mesh as we need it. So what we do is marquee select all items. Alright, with Actor X you need to select what output folder you want. As you can see here, you can just see a little bit of Tower Empire. I've been playing with that, and we've also been playing with that, so we'll get rid of that. And because I'm doing an Elder Shuriken Catapult, we will go to Elder, Weapons, Catapult. As you can see, all my other rubbish that's there, and we'll make a new file, new folder, we'll call it UT3 select that as our export path, and there we go, we're ready, nearly. Now we'll name the mesh be catapult first. This is for the first person mesh. Now as you can see, the detail on this mesh is not very good. Not normal standard for UT3. It's one of my old UT 2004 meshes that we're going to use to play with. Now all we have to do here is make sure down here that we've got all skin types, all textured, all selected, bake your smoothing groups. But very important using this method is to make sure you have unticked cull unused dummies, because we need those dummies. Okay, now we just click on save mesh, unsmooth groups process, skin file catapult written, and that's it. That's all you need for your mesh file. Now what we also need are your animations, and to make this very quick and easy, I only animate the base pivot. This makes it very easy and very quick, but obviously if you want moving parts within your weapon, then you'll have to add these in at the right time. So all we do here, I'll get rid of that. Alright, click on auto key. Now I always make a first key for all of them, and then what I do is, to make this so simple, I will just copy each the base setting up along the timeline, so that I've got enough keys so that if I make a mess of it, as you can see there, nothing happens, but if I make a mess, it's easy to correct. Alright, so along here what we're going to start off with is a very simple fire animation. Alright, jerk that back, and there we go. That's the fire animation. We want an alt fire animation, which will be like a burst. So what I'll do is select the main one again, put that in the middle, and go jerk this one back a little bit. It goes back forward. Jerk it. Well, in fact, let's cheat and just copy this one over to there. Now we have a little burst animation. Quick and easy equip and set and put down is, we'll go into the middle of this one, click on rotation. What we'll do here is rotate down and make sure we get this on local, makes it easier, and away. So we have a put down animation. We also have an equip animation. That's very easy. Let's see, fire, alt fire, put down, equip. Just check my list. What else do we need? Oh yeah, and we need a idle animation. Well, that's idling. Okay, we'll cheat a little bit. We'll put in a little bit of movement here. So we'll put in a very little tad of movement, because trust me, even this little 2.5, 5 degrees movement will, if the animation's too short, it will be very jerky. Alright, so now we've got all our animations, very easy. And how do we export them? That's where we go back into Actor X, and you've got your sequence, animation sequence name. Okay, so we'll go for, let's see, if you're using the code from the weapon of your choice, make sure you know what animation names you need. There are some basic ones which they all have, and there's some have extra. If you're choosing to base your weapon off, say like the Enforcer, you are going to have to make the extra animations and use the correct naming, because otherwise you'll get problems. Alright, so we'll try and sort this out. So we'll start off with the first one, which is weapon fire. Well, let's make that a capital so it all fits in. So weapon fire was from 0 to 20. Now what I do, I always miss out the last one, so we'll go 0 to 19, 0/19. Digest animation. See, there it comes up. It's digested the animation. Smashing. Next one is the alt fire, and that will go from 20 dash minus hyphen, whatever you want to call it, and that goes from 20 to 39. Digest, yeah, there we go again. Let's just move this along so I know where I am. So the next one is put down. Yep. And that is 40 to, this time I'll include the 50, because you will never, you won't see them put in together, so you don't get the little jerk. Okay, so next one is equip. And we go from 50 to 60. Digest anim, there we go. And the next one is our idle animation, so just leave that there for the moment, and we'll go change the name, idle, and we go from 60 to 100. Digest the animation, and there we go. Okay, now to we've only digested the animations. What we need to do now is, with the animation manager, he clicks it all up here. Here you can see the names, frame rates, the amount of keys, frames, and all the rest. Just clicking down there, showing them. And all we do is select them all. There's left mouse key. Start at the bottom, select one, hold the left mouse key down, push it up so you've got them all selected, and move them over. Now as you can see, if I save this right now, I'm going to overwrite one of the old files that are done, because here I haven't renamed the animation file name. So we'll go in and do that. We'll cat port anins. This is just the naming system I use. Sometimes halfway through I get bored and change it, which I shouldn't do, but that's what happens to me. So now we can see the file name there, and we'll go save, and it tells us that it's all been saved, and that's it. That is all we need to do in 3D Max. Everything else we'll then do in, well, obviously you'll need to do your textures in Photoshop or the GIMP or any other 2D graphic program. And the rest of the work we'll do another day in Unreal Ed. Okay, so we'll stop now and